Sponsorship with Living Podcariously or The Twisted 10 is not just about contracts or money. We like to form relationships with those who invest in our shows.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. We only like representing companies or products that we can really get behind.
We met Kyle and Bianca from Oak and Iron Photography at an event from another sponsor of ours and immediately bonded with them because, let's face it, they're just awesome people.
Yeah, and if you came out to our Living Vicariously listener event, you may have seen them roaming around, taking some photos for us. They captured so much joy and emotion in those photos that night. It was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Now, Adam, I'm kind of a amateur photographer, so I can appreciate how difficult it really is to capture moments like that.
They shoot events of any kind, weddings, lifestyle photos like maternity, couples, families, you name it. Not only do they capture moments that your grandmama will like, but they also put that Oak and Iron personal style and spin on what would normally be considered traditional photos.
Oh yeah, that Ring of Fire shot from our event was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Their photos not only capture the raw emotions, but when looking at them later, you are transported back to that day they were taken.
You'll see it on their website. They capture, quote, the real moments for the true at heart.
Nice.
Head on over to oakandironphoto.com to check out some of their work. Also, you can click the Contact Us button and get a quote of your own.
Go and check out oakandironphoto.com and let Kyle and Bianca know you heard about them from us.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to The Twisted 10, bringing you original and unique host-created top 10 lists, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida, with hosts Tach Van Sickle, Adam Poston, Jay Alvarez, and me, Andrea Joy.
And welcome to the Twisted 10.
Oh, yeah.
My name is Tach, and I'm the host this week.
What?
Oh,
I
shit.
am.
Wait, what the fuck?
We
Right
threw
off the
the-
bat?
wait, who the fuck is that?
What the fuck,
Who the
man?
fuck is that?
Uh-oh.
That's the new guy.
Oh,
We replaced Jay with Jose.
that's
You
racist.
could come
that
up with a
racist?
name that...
Is that racist?
Really?
That's racist. Yeah, sorry.
Jesus.
Start the show over.
It's another
No, I'm kidding.
Hispanic J name. It starts with J anyway.
That's Bay.
How about
Behave.
John
J2D2.
or Jesus? We could go with Jesus.
Well, then you have to call him Chewy.
So sitting
It
across
goes
from
along
me,
with the
who's
J2D2.
not
I'm
hosting
across
tonight.
from you.
Hey,
I'm
guys.
Andrea Joy.
Hi, Andrea Joy.
She's jumping on number two mic. Listen to her.
I'm across from him.
That's true.
Oh, I guess that's true.
I wasn't turned, so
We're introducing the host first. We're going in different orders. It's
I know.
Bedlam, everyone. It's Bedlam.
dogs and
very
cats living
twisted.
together.
Mass pandemonium.
Mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria.
Jesus
You're right.
Christ. Get your
I
head
knew
out of
the-
your ass, Adam.
I knew the movie, but I didn't know the.
It's a madhouse.
It's okay. Things are hard for him.
Yeah, and that's Adam Poston over there.
Yeah, they're hard.
Okay.
Yes, I'm Adam. I am not one of your hosts. Says Tack took the intro this week and just owned it right
I
off the
just know I said,
bat.
fuck it. I don't care.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I don't care. Oh, I was like,
And-
who's sitting over there? Oh, sorry.
Lorraine's playing Ninja
She's being
She's
quiet.
hiding.
and back by popular demand.
I'm Jay Alvarez, and I don't know what's going on here anymore.
He's doing an encore.
He's doing an
Yeah, my
encore.
encore. Yeah, I'm Kanye West. I'm that encore visit.
What if-
I'm that encore show that never ends?
Jay knows that he's welcome back here any week he wants to come back, so he's just going to continue to
Every
come
week.
Every
He
week.
just keeps.
Yeah.
He doesn't want us to get the new girlfriend. He's like jealous as fuck. He's here to ensure
I
we don't get
essentially
one.
just moved in. I live under the pool table now.
So this is the Twisted 10. And Jay, if you've never listened to the Twisted 10,
Ooh.
can you help me explain like what the show's all about?
So what we do is we take a topic,
Yeah.
we lay it out, we put on lab coats, we dissect it,
Yeah, that's nice.
and then we feel guilty, and then we release the rest of the topics to go free.
Into-
Well, we keep the one though, right?
Yeah, we keep the one we murdered because we have to remember we have morals, and
right.
and then we present it to the audience, and we see where it goes from there.
That's right. So we create an original host-created top 10 list, and we could steal from other places, but the entire list is 100% original.
You got it.
And my particular list is in no particular order. I like saying particular, apparently.
It's your word of the night.
It's in a numerical order.
It's in a numerical. That's correct. I
Set
go
by
10
Tack.
through 1. That's right.
No order of importance for topic.
Yes, no order of importance. I do not have a twist. Some shows have twists.
Okay.
This one does not have a twist. I wish I would have thought of one, but I wasn't thinking.
So
how
they
to do this
mean
quickly.
nothing to you. There's no twist.
There's no twist. They mean nothing to me. After I say one, I'm going to delete it. It doesn't matter. Out of my life.
I'm
No.
so excited.
I had to put this list together last minute, by the way, because your boyfriend, this is supposed to be his week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tack, thanks for the save this week, buddy. I greatly
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it. I had some problems with the popo I had to handle.
He got
I know,
arrested.
I
for-
spent
Shut up, like you were like you a
all
thug.
That's about as thug as I've got.
I had
Hey,
to spend all
man.
weekend trying to get bail money.
He spent all weekend dug in that 5-0, huh?
I wasn't in jail. Andrea punished me, but I wasn't in jail.
The doghouse doesn't count.
So,
This
Thanks
took
for
a
the
turn.
thanks for the recover. I appreciate it.
should I say what my list is now?
It's up to you, buddy. It's your show now. I don't
Or
need to
should
hand
you
you the
just
keys.
You know,
do
you might
it.
as well just start at 1 and end at 10 and then tell us what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Since we're doing shit any which way anyway. Yes.
Yeah, I don't care. Fuck it. Let's start at like 3.
Just
Number 3.
all right, number 3.
No,
Today's-
no,
Are we
no.
really?
Are we
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
get
guess what it is?
really confused.
Yeah,
That's
guess-
going to be really
Guess
confusing
what?
come the
Guess what
rundown.
it is. Guess what the
Twisted
number
10
10.
is?
No. Just guess what number 10 is.
Oh, I was going to hear number 10 so we can guess the list.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. Go down the
Let's
list
do
and
that.
the first person
Well,
to
no,
guess
no,
the topic.
And it's only fucking with us. It's not fucking with the listeners because the title.
Yeah,
of the
they already
episode
know
will-
because they can
yeah.
read it. They can read what it is.
So Tack's just fuck. This is the top 10 ways Tack is gonna fuck with his co-host.
I like
Yes.
this. Hey, Andrew, this was like, God damn it, why do you wait for my last episode?
Okay, so
All
let's
right, I'll
start
be here
with number
next
10.
week, guys.
All right, 10
Number 10.
Yes.
So I call this one twins.
twins.
Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
That's great. These are Arnold. No.
That would have been awesome. That would have been a really good early guess.
The twin brothers, Jim Lewis and Jim Springer, were separated at birth, adopted by different families. Unknown to each other, both families named the boys James. Both James grew up not knowing of the other, yet both sought law enforcement training. Both had abilities in mechanical drawing and carpentry, and each married a woman named Linda. Both had sons, one of whom named James Allen and the other named James Allen, but Allen spelled with 2 L's.
Huh.
The twin brothers also divorced their wives and married other women, both named Betty. And they both owned dogs, which they named Toy.
Wow.
Interesting.
And they didn't know each other at all. No communication.
That is correct.
I've read
How
about
the
that,
story got out, I don't know.
but I
But
remember hearing about that, but I think I remember hearing that brother 1 had a wife named Betty and brother 2 had a wife named Mary, let's say. And then they both divorced, and then brother 1 married a Mary, and then brother 2 married a Betty. Like they crisscross
Oh, wow.
names.
That's like the. Oh, I think I know the
I want
topic.
to say it might be top 10 urban legend coincidences.
Coincidences that can't be explained.
I was going to say something about like psychic, but like twins who have like recognition, their brains can sense the other thing, like some kind
Gotcha.
of
Ooh.
I always
psychic-
knew I was a twin.
psychic telepathic.
I gotcha.
Straight
Like
out of the-
Lincoln was killed in a Ford. Ford was killed by Lincoln. No,
Yeah.
reverse those. You know.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Andrea, I like the way you did it different than what these guys did. You thought differently on a different level. You're wrong, but I mean, I like the way you're thinking, though.
Okay.
It is. This is the top 10
No, not
twist.
yet.
Yeah, that was number 10. He already did.
Now number 9.
But,
yeah,
we already know it.
but they pretty much got it. It's top 10 twisted coincidences. How do you say it?
Coincidences.
Thank you.
Coincidence.
Words are hard.
I love that I'm the one correcting language
I
here.
know. Hey, just
What
so you know,
what language are you guys speaking when I leave?
Gibberish.
just so you know, I think I told you this before, but my English is my second language too.
What was your first one?
Greek.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder I thought you were intriguing.
I'm just an idiot. So I don't have any other languages. I'm just an idiot. I screw up words all the time, Jay.
And you are the Gene Wilder.
You're this Gene Wilder.
He actually does that better than me. That's the
Just
one thing
make
he
up your
does.
own.
And he's
Bro,
doing the
this is all I
Colombian
got.
accent. He's doing,
Just make up your own.
even in Colombia.
Okay.
All right. So number 9.
Number 9.
Nueve.
Number 9.
That wasn't your own language.
Oh, my own language?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll wait. No, I'm just
Go
kidding. This one I called The King and I.
I love that musical.
Etc. Etc. Anyway. In Monza, Italy,
Manza.
King Umberto I went to a small restaurant for dinner, accompanied by his...
Wait, it was a small restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Accompanied by his aide de camp, his aide, I guess, General Emilio. Let's just say Emilio.
Emilio.
When the owner took King Umberto's order, the king noticed that he and a restaurant owner were virtually doubles in face and in build. Both men began discussing the striking resemblances between each other and found many more similarities. Both men were born on the same day of the same year, which was March 14th, 1844. Both men had been born in the same town. Both men married a woman with the same name, Margarita. The restaurateur opened his restaurant on the same day that King Umberto was crowned King of Italy.
Huh.
On July 29, 1900, King Umberto was informed that the restaurateur had died that day in a mysterious shooting accident. And as he expressed his regret, he was then assassinated by an anarchist in the crowd.
Damn.
Crazy, right?
Wow, that's nuts.
Not nuts.
Could you imagine going in to get your food at Taco Bell or wherever the fuck you're going, and there's your doppelganger standing right across the
It happens to me everywhere. If they're redheaded, then we automatically look exactly
You guys
alike.
all do look alike.
I've never seen my doppelganger before, but apparently Lorraine has seen one at Target. I have one that bartends in Denver, apparently also. People will send me pictures randomly of just bald guys with beards, and they're like, "Oh, it's your doppelganger." I'm like, he doesn't look shit like me. He has a beard.
There was one I sent you guys in group text about like a guy robbing a store or something like that, or a house. A
bald guy with a beard.
No,
like
but
anybody who looks like Wooly Willy.
He had the same frames of glasses and the very same general appearance. It looked like you. It was obviously not. You could see the differences, and I don't think you just recently robbed a house in Palm Bay. Maybe.
Fuck, I live in Palm Bay. God damn it. I didn't do it. I don't know what night it was. What if
your doppelganger robbed you? Like broke into your home and there you are sitting on the couch.
I'd ask him to take a selfie. Look,
and the TV.
Look, for once I'm robbing myself and I'm not doing it.
I have one in Coco that likes to steal things, I think. I was in CVS and I was shopping.
My doppelganger's a kleptomaniac.
I did all my shopping. I walked out, was walking to my car. This cop walks up to me and he asked to see my receipt and in my bag. I'm like, sure, go ahead. And he asked me where I was the day before. And I tried to remember and told him. And apparently someone who looks like me had been coming at CVS and taking things and leaving and coming in. I was
really?
Like, no. I was like, if I had been stealing all of that, why would I have bought all this?
I found Jay's.
Oh, I thought that was the body
Wait.
shot. That doesn't look like him.
Is that Jay's double? It's my buddy
God damn it.
Can do.
No, he's just another bald guy with a beard.
I know. Hispanic bald guy with a beard.
needs
Thank you
the
very
dark-
much.
He does have glasses on.
Yeah, he needs those dark rim glasses.
Let me
That
see
really
if I can.
makes
He
it.
may wear some somewhere. Does this count? Hold
Andrea
on.
Tach is derailing his own show.
It's sunglasses, but does that count?
No.
No, that dude
Nope.
looks Mexican, man.
And he's Puerto Rican.
He looks like he should be riding a lowrider bike.
He
Doo-doo-doo,
probably would.
My friend.
doo-doo-doo-doo.
Okay, sorry. Moving on.
Sure.
Number 8.
Moving-
Ocho.
8.
Number 8.
This one's called Falling Baby.
Falling Baby?
Falling Baby.
That's horrible.
Oh, that's a
I know.
felony.
In 1930s Detroit, a man named Joseph Figlock was to become an amazing figure in a young and apparently incredibly careless mother's life. As Figlock was walking down the street, the mother's baby fell from a high window onto Figlock.
Holy shit.
The baby's fall was broken, and Figlock and the baby were unharmed. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Let's fast forward a year later. This that was weird. I think it's a mistype. The same baby fell from the same window again, falling on Mr. Figlock as he was passing underneath. Once again, both of them survived the event.
But the baby's now a year heavier. Hurt a lot worse.
Oddly enough, this is the first time in recorded history where we had a DNA test.
Why is this baby still falling
That baby
out
knew
of the
who his daddy
window?
was.
I don't
That was a
know.
paternity test. That's what. That was America's first paternity test. If a baby falls out of a window twice and lands on you, you're the father. It was savage the way we used to treat those kids. But we also had them working in coal mines if they didn't find their dad. So.
If you're a good-looking guy, all you see is a bunch of mamas standing outside with their babies like, come here,
I
buddy.
bet it happens.
Come here.
It looks like he's got money.
Damn it, missed it.
That's
again.
not like a Maury Povich version of like, you might be a redneck, you know? Like, if a baby falls. Okay. Number 7.
Oh, I thought it happened
Number
again.
7.
What?
I was thinking there was going to be a time it fell out again. Another year
No, because
later.
at that time he already
Twice
knows
is
he's the
enough.
father. That's just child abuse.
And at that time, the raised child at that point has facial hair.
Let's hope after the second time they actually took that kid away from the mom.
Yeah, I think twice is enough. You want the
It
baby
was
to fall again?
Yeah, you don't get a strike 3 on this. No.
Of course, this is 1930s Detroit, so you never know. This one is called The Killing Tree, number 7.
Number 7.
In
we did 7 already.
1883, what?
Nothing, go ahead.
In 1883, Henry Ziegland broke up with his girlfriend, and she was so distraught she committed suicide. The girl's angry brother shot Henry in revenge and convinced he had killed him, then turned the gun on himself. But the bullet had only grazed Henry's face before lodging itself into a tree. It was still there some years later when Harry decided to chop down the tree. Struggling, he used dynamite sticks to blow it up instead. Can you guess what happened next?
He was shot by the bullet.
The bullet went into him.
The bullet, yes. And that's where his luck ran out. The explosion propelled the bullet into his head and killed him.
Holy shit.
It's fucked up.
Should have left it alone.
Gotcha, motherfucker. World's longest boomerang.
Number 6.
Number
6.
Oh, before you go into that, I just saw an image. That was one of the bullets from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Just lodged in that tree, just pissed for years. And finally he got free and went right back at him.
All right, this one I called Duh. I don't know why. I couldn't think of the title for it.
Okay.
But there's actually a picture of this, but I didn't put the picture in here, and it wouldn't help on a podcast anyway.
You could paint us a picture, Tach. You're good at that.
Well, here we go. A blurry photo of a man stealing a wallet in a store ran at the bottom of the front page of a December 14th, 2007 edition of Idaho's Tribune.
What year?
2007.
Oh, okay.
Above it was an unrelated photo of a man painting a business. Readers noticed both men were wearing the exact same clothes.
Oh, no.
And could be the same man, and he was, and it led to his arrest.
No shit.
That's so awesome.
Wait, who's the fucking newspaper layout editor who didn't fucking catch that?
Or maybe they did. Like,
Or-
this is going to make a lot of news.
The whole fucking layout team just totally missed that.
But could you imagine being the person that notices it to be the first person that tells, like, the chief? You're looking at it, you're seeing it on TV, like, or in the newspaper, like, that. Come on, that's obvious, right? They know this already. They know this.
How many-
I'm going to look like an idiot going to tell chief.
How much earlier would they have found him
That's a good
if
question.
people weren't self-conscious about looking like idiots?
Yep, that's a good question.
Well, this is the part where we take a break.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to give you a little teaser.
Ooh, I love
I
teasers.
love teasers. Nobody else seems dumb about to force them out of you guys all the time.
So it's going to crack that whip.
When we come back, we're going to learn about I don't know if he's the unluckiest man in the world or the luckiest. You decide.
All right, I like it. Good
All right,
teasers.
so we'll be back.
Hey, Tach, you ever have that conversation with your girl about where to eat dinner and it always turns into that back and forth? I don't know, you pick.
Yeah, every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got an answer for you next time that comes up.
Oh, yeah? Where at?
The Salty Fox in Melbourne off of Oak Alley Boulevard.
Oh, nice. You know, I've actually been there, and the food was pretty awesome.
Hell yeah, it was. They offer a great selection of paninis, shareable appetizers, soups and salads, and one of the best desserts I've ever had, the Funky Monkey.
Oh, yeah. My favorite was the vintage options. They got this meal called ramen noodle on crack. You just got to try it out.
Done. That's definitely what I'm getting next time.
Put the fun between your legs at the Salty Fox every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. with the Oak Galley Arts District Bike Crawl.
It's a 4-mile bicycle ride down Pineapple Avenue with stops for food and beer all along the route. Be sure to visit the Salty Fox every Sunday for brunch from 11 to 4.
Hey, isn't that the $10 bottomless mimosas brunch?
Sure is. Enjoy your brunch while the Salty Fox's DJ spins throwbacks and top 40 hits.
Salty Fox is located in the downtown Eau Gallie Art District on Eau Gallie Boulevard.
Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/saltyfoxmelbourne or online at thesaltyfox.net.
Hey listeners, be sure to mention you heard about the Salty Fox on our show and you'll get 10% off your meals.
Village Idiot Pub. You locals know about it. You guys from out of town have to check them out.
Village Idiot Pub is now a proud sponsor with Living Podcariously and the Twisted 10 podcasts.
It's more than just about commercials, though. The cast here will be taking our show on the road to Village Idiot to record some episodes as well as hold events. They have over 30 beers on tap, including ciders and Hefeweizen, my favorite, as well as hundreds of bottle choices.
Adam, you forgot my favorite, all the delicious wine. So get your friends together and enjoy the board games, puzzles, and the giant Jenga.
Let the owner Jason, as well as the rest of the staff there, take excellent care of your beer drinking needs.
Mention either one of our shows to the staff and get 10% off your tab.
Tuesday is open mic, Wednesday is trivia, Thursday is karaoke, Friday and Saturday night are live music.
Visit them at 4 Harrison Street, Suite 103, Cocoa, Florida, or Village Idiot Pub on Facebook. And don't forget, they are a dog-friendly location, so bring your friends, family, and fur babies.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
And I want my favorite DJ to give everybody the word. Who's on the turntables tonight, my son?
Baddest DJ on 2 turntables.
DJ Gil Lugo.
The skill is extraordinary.
Throw the switch and let us begin.
Hey, it's Adam. If you enjoy the hosts or the content of the Twisted 10, be sure to check out our other show. It's called Living Podcariously. While the Twisted 10 may get crass and explicit occasionally, it holds no water to Living Podcariously. We do get a little bit more rough and raw on that show. We have a lot of fun producing it and have had some awesome guests. And as always, thanks for listening.
Welcome back to the Twisted 10.
Aw, yeah. My voice broke a little. 14 years old.
Yeah.
Aw, yeah.
My boy's been doing that a lot lately. At work, when I hand out badges, I'm like, because I always say, thank you, sir, or whatever. I'm always saying, thank you, sir.
It's all right,
That's
boys.
my manager.
It happens to all boys when they become men.
Oh, good.
You're
Tack.
Can't wait till I become a
growing up.
man.
Yeah, your dick grows.
Oh, yes. I need it for sure. Okay, so I'm going to recap the first 5.
All right.
So number 10, that was the twin brothers that never met each other. Number 9 was the King and I with the King and the Restaurateur. Number 8 was the Falling Baby in Detroit. Number 7 was the Killing Tree. And number 6 was that's the 2 photos in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Which brings us to number 5,
Sickle.
Number 5.
which I called Divine Intervention.
Ooh.
In 1835, an unemployed house painter named Richard Lawrence tried to assassinate then President of the U.S., Andrew Jackson. He produced a pistol and fired at Jackson, but then the gun did not go off. A scuffle ensued with the 67-year-old Jackson beating the offender with his walking cane. Yeah, that's right. The president beat off his own attacker. Not beat off.
Whoa,
let's rephrase that.
hey.
You know, Andrew Jackson would beat you with that fucking stick right now.
He brought a cane to a gunfight.
He jerked him off right after. No, he didn't. Let's see. Lawrence then pulled out a second pistol and fired, but this gun also did not go off.
Wow.
And the bystanders wrestled him to the ground. Both guns were later test fired successfully in the first try and appeared to be in fine working condition.
Really?
Really?
He wasn't supposed to get shot.
Guess not.
That's Andrew Jackson, right?
Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, that's
Mr.
how he.
$20
That's how he
bill.
got the name Old Hickory.
Let's back up here.
Because of the
What's
cane
happening?
he used to beat him with?
Yeah, it was a hickory. It was a hickory walking stick.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe would that make us more dignified as men, Tack?
If you carried canes?
If you
Yeah,
beat,
walked with a cane. Or you beat attackers.
Are
Yeah,
you
yeah,
like
I was gonna say beat attackers with your
90s
walking stick.
Are you
Are
a
you
90s R&B singer?
No. The phrase is pimp.
Are you going to put a
When you start
mirror on
beating
the
people with
bottom
a
of
walking
it?
stick.
My cane would have a horn on it, and it would have a mirror. Yes, like the ones you buy at Spencer's. But guess what? Those are pretty cool.
You know what makes him a pimp? The fact that he called it a cane and not a walking stick.
That's true. My fantasy football name is Monkey Pimp. So
What are you
Come up with that yourself?
monkeys. Number 4.
We're not
Number 4.
We're not going to address the bestiality that just took place.
Whatever. Andrew's in a musical about a beast and a girl hooking up.
Sure thing, Harvey Weinstein.
He's a prince before they kiss.
That's the most uncomfortable few moments of audio. If you listen to any other fucking podcast in the world, you're going to hear the audio because it's like the hottest piece of audio out there right now. But man, that's uncomfortable. That is just the one where Harvey.
What are we talking about?
Harvey Weinstein's. Well, we are going to become that podcast, aren't we? Harvey Weinstein is.
Are you talking about sports again?
No, this is not sports.
Oh, okay.
Is coming on to one of his models or one of his employees. Or,
Oh, they got audio of that.
Yes, she has audio of it and released it. It's all over there. And it's, oh man, it's so uncomfortable. No, she keeps saying, no, I don't want you to touch my boob like you did last night. Whatever, I don't know what the accent is. But he's like, he's like, oh, please, just come in, just for a little bit. You don't even have to do anything. Just watch. It's so uncomfortable, man. Oh.
I've seen those porn. She's not going to get paid today. Yeah. I've seen those. I've seen it.
He's dead to rights. He's dead to rights.
Harvey Weinstein also founded Bang Bus. That's
Nice.
Allegedly, he still has a lot of money. We don't want to get sued.
Number 4?
Number 4.
Tax Jay's like, fuck it, I'm out of here. Anyway.
So I teased this one. This is I call this the unluckiest guy or luckiest guy. You be the judge. So his name is Frane Selek.
Unlucky.
I'm gonna go with unlucky. Yeah.
A Croatian music teacher.
All right.
Okay. Began his unlucky streak in 1962 on a train going from Sarajevo. Oh, duh. I'm a moron. To
You were only in the military when we were there.
Dubrovnik.
I have to see it spelled.
Fool, you don't know how that's pronounced either? I don't know.
The train inexplicably, God, I can't talk.
Inexplicably.
Jumped the tracks and fell into an icy river, killing 17 passengers. He managed to swim to shore, suffering from hypothermia and a broken arm. A year later, while on an airplane, its door flew off, and he was sucked out of the airplane.
Holy shit.
Sucked out of the airplane. The plane crashed, and he woke up in a hospital. He was found in a haystack. In 1966, he was on a bus that went off the road and into a river. 4 people were killed, but he suffered minor injuries.
He's the unbreakable guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy who you see him walk on and you walk the fuck off.
Exactly, yeah.
There's pictures of him. Beware this man.
Yeah.
There's more. In 1970, his car caught on fire, and he stopped it and got out just before the whole car blew up. In 1973, Selak was driving another car when a faulty fuel line sprayed gas all over the engine and flames blew through his air vents. His only injury was loss of most of his hair.
Oh.
In 1995, he was hit by a bus.
Only injury. That's pretty much a lot of an injury. No. If you have flames toasting your face and head.
Well, I mean,
he just lost his hair. Grew back,
I mean,
it
wasn't like it was Michael Jackson. I mean,
no. In 95, he was hit by a bus, but only sustained minor injuries. Finally, in 96, he was driving on a mountain road when he went around a bend and saw a truck coming right at him. He ran his car through a guardrail and jumped out to watch his car blow up 300 feet below him.
Let me ask you this. If you're this guy, why would you be anywhere near vehicles or mountains or up on top of a mountain?
Right.
Especially in 96? That was the last one. Is he still alive today?
In 2003, he bought a lottery ticket for the first time in 40 years at the age of 74 and ended up winning $1 million.
No shit.
No shit.
How?
he's bald and he has his name. He's still unlucky.
Yeah, that's a good point. Definitely unluckiest guy with lucky circumstances inside that unlucky event.
Right. You be the judge, right?
Fuck that. That's a horrible man.
It's a horrible man.
Yeah,
It's a horrible set of circumstances.
Don't you hate it when
under.
life just keeps cutting you a break?
By breaking you apart first, though. It's the bad then the good.
He lived.
It's like Sour
It doesn't
Patch.
matter how mad you are.
It's
You
like
lived.
It's like the Sour Patch Kids. At first they're bitter and then they're sweet. That's a commercial.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
definitely unlucky. in
Number
my opinion.
3.
Number three.
Number three.
This one I entitled "Heads Up."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put an
He even looked up.
exclamation.
Tack even looked up in the studio at the same
Heads
time.
up.
I thought the fan fell off the ceiling. I was like, oh no, we're all going to die.
During an August 17, 1957 game, Philadelphia Phillies outfielder, guess who it is, sports guys?
What year?
57?
I don't know.
Phillies?
I don't know baseball.
Yeah. I don't know anyone from that year.
Okay. Richie Ashburn.
Richie Ashburn.
Duh.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Hit a foul ball into the stands that struck spectator Alice Roth, wife of Philadelphia Bulletin sports editor Earl Roth, in breaking her nose.
All right.
When play resumed, Ashburn fouled off another ball that struck her while she was being carried in a stretcher.
I saw this. This was Naked Gun.
That cracked me up. I had to include that one. That was just so funny. It's like the video of that soccer dude.
Oh, yeah, where he keeps kicking the guy right in the face. Yes. Oh,
I love that video. It's so fucking funny.
man. Hit her. Where did he hit her the second time? Did
It
it say?
doesn't say. No.
Same exact location. That'd be unfortunate.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2.
Dos.
This one I entitled "Look Out."
God damn it.
You got him. You got him. You can't do that to somebody who's been through war. Just saying.
Oh, sorry. This one's short. In 1895, there were only 2 cars in the entire state of Ohio, and they hit each other.
You literally have all that space.
That is a stand-up right there, sir. That is,
All of it.
Well, it's true.
All of it.
You can have it, Jay. If you want. Or I'll take
All that space. You have that whole side of the road. Which side? All of it.
it. That 450 miles. Okay, so which leaves us to the last one, number 1.
number 1.
Uno.
Number
This one, Adam, you kind of teased to it already. This is the whole Lincoln and Kennedy.
Yes. Awesome.
I had to include this one because this one's just,
There's so many.
there's so many
Coincidences
It's a
in
lot.
this is ridiculous.
There's a lot here. So
Prepare for a story.
Here we go.
Or yawn on Mike. Man, that works
I'm
too.
sorry. You can't
okay.
help it sometimes.
All right.
All right, so let's talk about Lincoln and Kennedy coincidences.
Yes.
I said it right that time. Okay, so Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846. John F. Kennedy was elected to Congress in 1946. Lincoln was elected president in 1860. Can you guess when Kennedy was elected president?
1960. You see what I did there?
Yes. The names Lincoln and Kennedy each count 7 letters, or contain 7 letters, excuse me. Both were particularly concerned with civil rights. Both wives lost their children while living in the White House. Both presidents were shot on a Friday.
This is
Screws
where
up their
this is
weekend.
where it starts to get good.
Both were shot in the head.
Well, that's not good, but
Now,
Yeah, it was kind of an odd place.
yeah. Oops.
Lincoln's secretary Kennedy warned him not to go to Ford's Theater.
Lincoln's secretary was named Kennedy.
And Kennedy's was Lincoln.
Kennedy's secretary Lincoln warned him not to go to Dallas. Both were assassinated by Southerners. Both were succeeded by Southerners. Both successors were named Johnson. Andrew Johnson, who succeeded Lincoln, was born in 1808. Lyndon Johnson, who succeeded Kennedy, was born in
1908.
Good job. You've done this before, haven't you? John Wilkes Booth was born in 1839. Lee Harvey Oswald was born in
1930.
1939.
Both assassins were known by their 3 names, which I think that's just a media thing.
Yeah.
Both names were comprised of 15 letters. Booth ran from a theater and was caught in a warehouse, where Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater. Booth and Oswald were assassinated before their trials. A month before Lincoln was assassinated, he was in Monroe, Maryland. A month before Kennedy was assassinated, he was in Maryland, Monroe.
Yes.
Lincoln was shot in Ford's Theater. Kennedy was shot in a Lincoln made by Ford. And there's actually many more than this, but this is all I put in
that
here.
is nuts. That's one of the most famous coincidence comparisons.
Yeah, but I remember
ever.
reading it. A lot of it. I mean, a lot of it is true, but a lot of it's also made up. Like the secretaries.
I did read that. The secretary's thing is really unconfirmed. The secretary name.
There's so much there that's just like, no, you just made that up, and there's no way to fact check it.
It's more fun to say.
There was more here that was really stupid. It was like, and each of these have 17 letters. It's like, come on, now you're just looking for things.
Well, there is a very interesting coincidence that is true that involves Lincoln and Booth. So Lincoln was shot and killed by John Wilkes Booth. John Wilkes Booth's brother, who was also an actor, actually saved Abraham Lincoln's son Thomas at a train station.
I did read that one too.
Yeah, that's actually
bizarre.
true.
Yeah, I read that one.
Man, that's creepy as hell.
Hey, I just saved your kid. Who's that? Oh, it's my brother with a gun.
So that's the list. That was
the best list ever.
Thanks.
Aww.
You've never said that to me, and I appreciate that.
I was saving it for the best list ever.
I mean, I'll put it in the top like 70, somewhere in the top 70 that we've had.
I enjoyed that very, very much.
Yeah, good list, Tach. Thanks for the recovery for this week. I appreciate that.
So you have to do the next one.
I would like the next two or something, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're gonna pull. But I've been busy, dude. Sorry. Or
Okay,
like that one time. Oh, I was supposed to do one, and I just didn't. So
No,
we just won't do a show this week.
What I'll do is I'll start going back into the rotation of guests back in the studio again, and I won't
push
have
it
to
off
do
for
one
another
like
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
But that's good. That means you guys won't have to do one for like 6 months too.
No, well, you guys had told me that I could come back anytime I had a list. So, I'll be here next week for my next last episode. No, I will not be here next week. No, do not wait. Do not expect me next week.
Understood.
He's coming next week.
If I am,
he'll be here.
Right?
He'll be here.
If I am here next week, send help. Like I know last week was all fun and games. If I'm here next week, there was really chloroform and a windowless fan involved. All right.
No, but seriously, Jay, I'm taking your spotlight.
Do it.
See ya. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Spotlight. Hey, get the fuck out.
No, we
parked
appreciate everything you
behind you.
did. We appreciate all the shows you helped us with, and we wish you the best of luck in your venture.
Oh,
Adam's
thanks.
better at this than I am. Go ahead, Adam.
That was touching, Tach.
No, it wasn't good.
Yes, it
No,
was.
he's
It
nothing
was
but a
touching.
stupid lever. I said it last week, and I'll say it this week.
He's just waiting for me to show up on the Burn It Down show as a new co-host.
Just say bye, Felicia.
Bye. That's what we have to say.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye,
Felicia. Okay, we did. You didn't say it.
Yo, listen, if we're going to call me Felicia, can I at least borrow your VCR?
I need to borrow your car right quick.
About your car. Okay, loan me $1.
I can't. The VCR is attached to the TV.
All right, Jay, let's talk a little bit about Pops On. Let our listeners know. I mean, they've heard it before, but
Yes.
we want to tell them again.
Yes, come to listen to Pops On. We have some fun with us. We release every Wednesday on iTunes, Google Play.
Ooh, gross. He said we releases every Wednesday.
Yeah, no, it's a regular thing.
Wish
It's
I
good to
could.
stay regular, Adam. You should look into
Lorraine's
it.
smiling. I'm just saying. That's good news.
Lorraine likes butt stuff.
So we really that is going to be the oddest soundbite that you guys will ever have, and I'm going to take that and use that as my new ringtone. Every time I get a text message, it'll be Tach's sweet voice
Lorraine
reminding me
likes
that Lorraine
butt
likes
stuff. Lorraine likes butt stuff.
Oh God, that's the best present anyone can get me, guys. Thank you.
You are welcome.
We release new episodes every Wednesday on Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, and Libsyn. You can email us at nodadjokes@gmail.com. You can also call us now.
Aw,
Yeah, because we have a phone number.
I don't know a dad joke.
8675309.
I
Oh,
wish it
dad
was that
joke.
entertaining. No, we have a new phone number. 321 is the area code, 405-2219. Call in, leave us a dad joke,
Can I call in now, live on the air?
Yeah, go for it.
Tach did it on Living Podcariously. I'm going to do it on the
Do you have a
Tuesday.
dad
Nice.
joke?
We
Oh,
also,
yeah, I always have
and not
dad
just dad jokes. We're dads. We love hearing stories. If you got a weird story with your kid or something interesting
Aw.
or something you think other fathers should know about, give us a call, leave a message. We like putting that stuff on.
So could I call in with a mom joke?
Yeah. We're discussing a Mother's Day episode, perhaps.
What's the phone number again?
Oh, that phone number, once again, for the listeners. All right, callers. That number that pays is 321-405-2219. 19.
Try to
Back
be
to
caller
you.
number 9.
Back to you, Casey. We got the caller ID that says spam likely right now.
Yeah. Raul's going, fuck, leave me alone.
Oh, shit. I hope that's not ringing on his end.
Hello?
The Google subscriber you
There
have
you go.
called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Didn't challenge me this time. Hey, guys, it's Adam from the Twisted 10 and Living Podcariously. Tack beat me to the punch.
That's what it did last time.
Yeah.
And then it paused, and then it did the beep again.
No.
Oh, okay,
It
because
said
Tack's
Said to
talking
leave a
over there.
message.
I'm going to leave you guys a dad joke to be able to use. Hopefully it's not one you've already heard. What do you get when you mix a helicopter, an elephant, and a rhino? Huh?
I don't know.
Hell if I know.
Oh, God.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you later.
Because last time for me,
Now I'm
it
embarrassed
did a
for that.
beep.
That's a horrible
Well, no,
joke.
it did that to him the first
I have
time.
to
But then
redeem
it
myself.
I guess it recognized the number the second time it called.
I guess.
Because it just sent him straight to the
So
message.
it's gonna still
Or it's some
it's gonna have that number with the first name he gave.
Some
forever.
random
Big
guy
sorry, yeah.
with a 321 with that number that I die. I misdialed slightly. He's like, who the fuck? Who is this? All right. Anyway, all right. Cool. Yeah, guys, go check out Pops On. We highly encourage you to do it. Give them if you like the show, give them a 5-star rating, review, subscription, the whole 9 yards on iTunes. That stuff is really important. Andrea, where can our listeners find you?
I'll be at Brent Allen Salon and Day Spa located in Cocoa.
Oh yeah, Tack. Where can our listeners find you?
I work all the time.
Oh, okay.
And some nights I just sit at home alone waiting for a pretty girl to call me.
Why
Yeah,
does she have to
number.
be pretty?
Yeah, vain. Jeez.
How am I vain? I don't get it.
Set a standard. She has to be pretty. All right. So for any of the ugly girls, call them too. Just give them a call. Shoot us an email to thetwisted10@gmail.com.
Correct.
Suggest show topics. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/thetwisted10. Clay Groves with Fish Nerds Podcast is one of our donors on our site. Thank you very
Indeed.
much, Clay.
Ding,
We greatly
ding.
appreciate that. Fish Nerds is a hell of a funny show, and I've been watching a lot of Clay's videos. He posts videos on YouTube more than a lot of my friends in the news feed, and he's a funny guy.
We have different tiers on Patreon too, and we also have different rewards. But I'm going to add another reward. You do a $50 donation, I'll take you out on a date.
Ooh. Wait, Andrea, you're not allowed to donate, though.
Kelly can be a boy's name, too. Hey!
I want to go on a date.
Then do a $50 donation, I'll take you
All
on a date.
right.
Anyone?
Where do I do? Here's my card.
Hi, Tack.
Too late, buddy.
Hi.
Here you go.
Too late.
My name's Ursula.
Here's my credit card. I'm ready for my date.
How much do I pay for the VIP treatment?
Do I get a pick? I want a limousine and a hot air balloon ride.
Oh, no, it's with my budget, which means pretty much McDonald's drive-thru.
You took your last date to Taco Bell.
See?
And you took your last date, and you talked about this on air. You took your last date to a musical. You set the bar pretty fucking high for our listeners.
But
that might
then I
want to
took
date
her
you.
to Taco Bell.
Well, I mean, the musical was the romantic part.
I guess. Well, anyway, you can also follow us on Twitter at The Twisted 10. You can also follow us on Instagram as well. Also, Twisted 10. We make it really hard.
Yes.
what your
I
dad
like
said.
that catchphrase right there.
Where else? What else?
Facebook, facebook.com/thetwisted10.
Indeed. Just do a Google search. You'll probably find us
You'll
somewhere.
find us. If you have any recommendations, seriously, for show topics that you want to hear us do, one of those rewards on Patreon for one of the low end ones too is to be able to recommend a topic, and if it's a good one for the low donors, then we'll put them in
The
a hat.
low donors.
Well, the ones that are lower on the list.
The lower class guys, you still get some perks.
Well, some of the higher perks have them either hosting a show themselves
Or taking...
or having a
Tag takes you
liaison
on a date.
Yeah, or Tag takes you on a date. So yeah, all right, we're digressing.
Yeah.
I was going to say something. Oh,
go ahead.
I can't remember it now. Give me a second. Rate and review. Do iTunes rate and review, please, please, please. I like how you word it, Adam. You say that it's podcast currency.
Yes, sir.
And also you can rate on Facebook as well. So let's do that. Okay? Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I think I want to go do it now. I'm not.
Let's go do it.
Tech's pretty convincing.
Let's do
Oh,
it.
You mean something different. All right.
Oh.
I got to go.
All right.
All right.
Jay, thanks again for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for bringing your lovely girlfriend. She's pretty to look at.
She is.
Of course, I can't see her now. What's that?
Eyes off.
Oh, sorry.
Eyes up here, buddy. Eyes up here.
I
Listen,
can't see
I'm
right
the center
now.
of attention. You look at my crotch if you're looking at
Sorry.
anyone's.
Good point. Good point.
He's been doing that all night. That's why Pillow's over it now.
He's hiding his erection because he's excited to leave.
All right, good night, guys.
All right, so is she. All right, bye-bye. Hey, remember we had that listener event?
Yeah, our first ever listener event from Living Vicariously.
Yeah, 777, July 7th.
Giant success. In fact, we just gave Keith with the Children's Hunger Project his money from that event that we raised.
Indeed, we did. Hey, what was that beer that was donated for the event?
That was from Bug Nutty Brewery. That was called the Nutty Idiot. It was a medium-bodied lager. I don't remember the ingredients that they had in it, but man, it was good. We served 300 pours, all 300 possible pours that we could have out of their donation. We served very, very quickly that night.
Yeah, it had like an Asian flavor to it or something. It was like, I don't know what it was. It was interesting. It was cool though. I loved it.
I think a little bit of a sesame flavor.
Yes.
I'm going to have to get that ingredient list from them, but yeah, that was really, really good. Our boy Ray Burrito also does comedy up there every third Thursday at Bug Nutty Brewery here on Merritt Island. He does the third Thursday comedy night up there.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
It's a really cool list. It's every time I've been up there, it's amazing comics.
Nice.
Andrea, did you try the beer that night?
Oh, yes. It was wonderful.
She's not a beer drinker, can you tell?
Don't say it like that.
I wasn't standing at the game all night. I had plenty of time to drink beer.
Yeah, John and the guys over at Bug Nutty certainly hooked us up. So we want to send all of our listeners, if you're looking for a good micro brew, especially in Brevard County, there's a lot of them out there, and Bug Nutty is by far one of the best.
They are located at 715 North Courtney Parkway, Merritt Island. Give them a call at 321-452-4460 or email them at manager@bugnutty.com.
So hey, let's take a minute here to say a little something about. Remember our Dan Cummins Day?
We had him on both Living Pod Curiously and the Twisted Tin.
Well, when he was in studio.
When we had him here in studio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, jet lag day.
Jet lag
That's
day
right.
for
That's
Andrea.
She got back from Italy. That's right.
Right. And we gotten that day catered for us.
That's right. We sure did.
And that was what was a Wagon Wheel Pizza.
Absolutely. Wagon Wheel Pizza down out of Palm Bay hooked us up.
Oh my God,
just
it
to
was
keep
awesome.
my Italian vacation going. It was here when I got back.
Yes, it was.
It was awesome. It was quite a spread they gave us.
Yeah, they did. So we had, obviously, Dan Cummins was in studio with us. We also had the cast and crew from Burn It Down Show, and we had Ray Burrito with Gallows Humor Podcast. Mm-hmm. So we had maybe 15, 18 people, whatever it was, in the studio that day, each doing their own recording sessions. Wagon Wheel catered not only for Dan to be here, but they also catered for every guest that we had that day.
Yeah.
So really big shout out to Wagon Wheel Pizza down in Palm Bay. Thank you guys so much for hooking us up. They had lasagna, spaghetti and meatballs,
pizzas,
obviously pizza,
wings,
and a gigantic salad that, I don't know, it's weird. Our group doesn't really eat salad.
What?
What's that all about?
That's weird. I think our whole entire group weighs about 6,000 pounds, so combined.
Hey, speak for yourself, buddy. But yeah, we definitely want to thank the guys down at Wagon Wheel Pizza for hooking us up. It was amazing food. If you are in the Brevard County area and want amazing Italian food, not only is it pizza, but it's all sorts of Italian foods, then be sure to check Wagon Wheel Pizza out.
Indeed, they have several locations, I believe.
I think we're just promoting the one.
I know.
Do you want to say their locations and their phone number and their website address?
Palm Bay.
You can find them.
Pizza.
You can find them.
You can.
Start again.
You can find Wagon Wheel Pizza at 1760 Palm Bay Road, Northeast Palm Bay. If you want to give them a call, let them know you're coming. It's 321-724-4769 or email them at info@thewagonwheelpizza.com.
You can also check out their full menu at thewagonwheelpizza.com. So make sure you include that "the" at the beginning. There's imitators. We don't want them to, get the credit here.
No.
Check them out.